Welcome to MindLight, where we illuminate the hidden corners of the human experience through science, psychology, and deep emotional understanding. Have you ever felt a deep, aching hollowness inside your chest, even when you are surrounded by a crowd of people? That feeling is loneliness, a universal human experience that is often misunderstood as a personal failure or a sign of weakness. However, science tells us that loneliness is not a defect, but a critical signal sent from our body to our brain. Loneliness is not merely a fleeting feeling of sadness, but a powerful biological mechanism as vital as hunger or thirst. To truly understand this feeling, we must travel back in time to meet our ancient ancestors living in the wild. For our ancestors, living in a tribe was not just a lifestyle choice. It was the only way to survive. Being separated from the group meant losing protection, losing access to food, and facing almost certain death from predators. Therefore, our bodies evolved to treat social isolation as a physical emergency, triggering a stress response to save our lives. This is the origin of social pain, an early warning system designed to stop behavior that leads to dangerous isolation. Your brain processes the pain of social rejection in the exact same region that processes physical pain from an injury. Just as thirst motivates you to find water, loneliness is meant to motivate you to reconnect with your social tribe. But in our modern world, this ancient survival mechanism has malfunctioned, creating a widespread epidemic of chronic and painful loneliness. For most of human history, we lived in tight-knit communities where privacy was rare and social interaction was constant. The Industrial Revolution changed everything, shifting our focus from the community survival to individual achievement and personal career success. We began moving far away from our families for jobs and education, breaking the natural support systems we once had. Today, we live in massive cities surrounded by millions of people. Yet we have never been more isolated from one another. Statistics show a worrying trend. The number of close friends the average person has dropped significantly in recent decades. We have traded our deep community bonds for privacy, larger houses, and digital connections that often lack true emotional depth. While we are more connected digitally than ever before, these interactions often fail to satisfy our biological hunger for intimacy. When loneliness becomes chronic, it stops being a helpful signal and starts causing severe damage to our physical bodies. Your body enters a state of constant high alert, flooding your system with stress hormones like cortisol every single day. This chronic stress response leads to accelerated aging, weaker immune systems, and makes us more vulnerable to deadly diseases. Studies suggest that suffering from chronic loneliness is as dangerous to your physical health as smoking a pack of cigarettes daily. It is twice as deadly as obesity and significantly increases the risk of cancer metastasis due to compromised immune function. Lonely individuals also suffer from fragmented sleep, as their brains remain hypervigilant for threats even while they are resting. But the most insidious part of loneliness is what it does to your mind and your perception of reality. Chronic loneliness triggers a vicious cycle where your brain becomes hypersensitive to social signals but interprets them incorrectly. You start to view neutral faces as hostile and interpret innocent interactions as rejection, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. To protect yourself, you subconsciously withdraw further, becoming colder, more defensive, and less approachable to the people around you. This defensive behavior pushes others away, which only confirms your belief that you are unwanted, deepening your isolation. This is the loneliness trap. The more lonely you feel, the more you act in ways that ensure you stay lonely. You might start blaming yourself, thinking there is something fundamentally wrong with you, which destroys your self-esteem and confidence. It feels like everyone else has figured out the secret to happiness and connection, while you are left on the outside. However, understanding the biological and evolutionary roots of this feeling is the first major step toward breaking the cycle. We must stop treating loneliness as a personal failure and recognize it for what it truly is, a biological signal. The first solution is acceptance. Acknowledge the feeling without judgment, just as you would acknowledge hunger or physical pain. Accepting that you are lonely does not mean you are broken. It simply means you have a human need that is unmet. Next, check your attention. Are you focusing exclusively on negative interactions while ignoring the positive signals from others? Your brain is trying to protect you by assuming hostility, so you must consciously challenge these automatic negative assumptions. Try to reframe your thoughts. Assume people have good intentions rather than assuming they are judging or rejecting you. It requires courage to be vulnerable again, to lower your shields and risk potential rejection for the chance of connection. Start with small steps. You do not need to find a best friend immediately. Simple interactions can boost your mood. A brief chat with a barista or a smile at a neighbor can signal to your brain that you are safe. We are built for connection. By understanding our biology, we can defeat the epidemic of loneliness and find our tribe again. Look for communities that share your interests. Shared activities are the easiest way to build natural and lasting bonds. As you reconnect, your biological stress signals will subside. Your body will heal, and your mind will find peace. Remember that loneliness is a universal part of the human condition. You are never truly alone in feeling lonely. Let this feeling be the catalyst for growth, pushing you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships than you had before. Every person you meet is fighting their own battle with isolation. Be the one to reach out first today. Kindness towards others is often the fastest cure for our own loneliness, as it reinforces our value to the tribe. When we focus on what we can give rather than what we can get, our perspective shifts from scarcity to abundance. The world is full of potential friends and partners, waiting for a signal that you are open to connection. Physical touch, eye contact, and shared laughter are the ancient antidotes to the modern poison of social isolation. Even if you are physically distant, emotional closeness can be maintained through vulnerable and honest communication with loved ones. Your journey out of loneliness begins with a single decision: to stop hiding and start showing up for yourself. Be the light for others, and you will find that your own path becomes brighter and less lonely in the process. You have the power to rewire your brain, heal your body, and build the social circle you truly deserve. Take a moment to step outside, breathe the fresh air, and realize you are part of a vast, living world. We are stronger together. The pain of loneliness is simply a reminder of how much we truly matter to each other. Do not let the modern world convince you that you are meant to be alone. You are designed for connection. Open your windows, open your heart, and let the light of connection drive away the shadows of isolation today. If you found value in this video, share it with someone who might be struggling in silence right now. Growth takes time, but every small interaction is a leaf that contributes to a vibrant and healthy social life. Learn to be a friend to yourself first. When you enjoy your own company, you are never truly desperate for others. Knowledge is power. Understanding the science of loneliness gives you the tools to dismantle it piece by piece. The storm of loneliness will pass if you stop fighting it and start listening to what it is telling you. Engage in creative activities. Creativity connects us to a deeper part of ourselves and often leads to like-minded communities. Build bridges, not walls. Every effort you make to reach out is a bridge that leads you back to humanity. We were born with the capacity to love and be loved. It is time to reclaim that birthright fully. Do not underestimate the power of any connection, whether it is with humans, animals, nature, or a higher purpose. Tomorrow is a new day to try again, a new opportunity to say hello, to smile, and to be seen. Please remember, no matter how isolated you feel right now, There are millions sharing this experience with you. Let us turn the tide on the epidemic of loneliness, one small act of courage and kindness at a time. Thank you for watching this journey with MindLight. Please subscribe to join our community and never face the darkness alone.